quickly on the Punch. Marketers, refiners demand total subsidy removal. So they are implying that there is still partial subsidy being paid somehow, somewhere. Student loan beneficiaries lament delayed allowance. All right. And I had this conversation with the NAN, and the confidence they had was that there is no delay. It comes as at when due. So let's go to the Punch and figure out what's happening there, because it looks as though some students are lamenting delay in allowance. That's the 20,000 naira monthly stipend they were supposed to get. We'll take a commercial now. When we come back, more headlines.
The show continues after this break on Nigeria Info.
newspaper headlines.
Start your day with information.
And have your say on the newspaper review on The Morning Crossfire.
On 92.3,
Nigeria Info.
All right, we're back to some more headlines now, and we continue from the Punch newspaper. This is Obaseki threatens to boycott Peace Rally. All right, I was already mentioning this to you before the commercial came on. And this was yesterday. I was watching him say this. Edo, INEC warns against violence as police deploys 35,000 officers. But they wouldn't, at the polling units, we know they're not allowed to carry guns, weapons. So if violence ensues at the polling units, the time it takes for the patrol team to get there, well, I'm pretty sure they must have learned from previous elections, we hope, and would handle this one better and differently. Borno flood, 1 million persons affected, 414,000 displaced. That headline is on the Punch newspaper. 134 illegal refineries destroyed in 7 days, says NNPC Limited. All right, on Facebook, we are streaming live at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. If you haven't joined us, now would be the perfect time to do that. So it's a very simple process. You get on Facebook, you search for Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, and like the page, scroll down to the live stream. All right, and you find the live stream there. The newspaper review is streaming live. So you like, you comment, and then you click on the share button. All right, so it's very simple. Like, comment, and click on the share button. Now, very important, don't forget, ensure that your comments are short so that we can take them. It's a live stream. All right, I'm going to start with your comments now on Facebook. And let's start with Jefet. Jefet Ibekwe says, Governor approves purchase of 6 gunboats. That's a good one. Insirim says, I can't be swayed by the performance of CTC chairman because I don't trust politicians. And Anunobi says, purchase of 6 gunboats by the governor. This is a governor that listens to the people. Anunobi, okay, we took that already. Listens to the people, eliminates anything that gives his people pain. Leru Spief says, good morning. Marketers demand total subsidy removal has vindicated Atiku's statement that subsidy is still being paid amongst themselves. Skifu Piro says, Army helped to remove flood victim in Meduguri. Nice one, since our government always acts late when it comes to flood issues. Obioma Noble says, price of goods can't be favorable to an average citizen in this country unless the price of petrol drops. Some Nigerians are the problems of Nigerians. Stephen Igbikis says, good morning. Back to school, women, children struggle with food and transportation. We are living in a terrible situation. It's unfortunate. Even looking at the allowance of students lamenting, it really shows how cruel the government is. I think we had that one before. So, yes, keep the messages coming in on the live stream. I'll take as much as I can. On WhatsApp, it is 0809030 6416 0809030 6416. That is the WhatsApp number. I would also take some of your messages on WhatsApp. Yeah, let's start with our political immaturity is most likely to be exhibited in a Edo election again. People's lives will be wasted needlessly without consequence. Sad. Tony Ogbe from Boni. That's the fear I have as well. Like that this doesn't turn into a bloodbath, and we're praying it doesn't. We don't want that. Even though the signs and the signals that you get from the politicians and the state actors doesn't point in the direction of a peaceful election, we still believe that, well, with the security agencies and other stakeholders who are opposed to violence, and importantly with God. So all of this together would definitely have a good and peaceful election in Edo State, we pray. Can we take precautions from the Meduguri flood? What are the things being put in place in other states? Eze Aliko. Yeah, it's a very good question. I asked it yesterday. Tried to get NEMA to comment on it, but so far we haven't. Hopefully we'll get them on the show so that we hear what the plans are and what they are doing in those areas where the flood is just something else. Good morning. While I commend the Rivers State UBE board chairman for saying primary and junior secondary schools free, I appeal to him to publicly disclose that the board has also given our principals their impress to run the schools. Okay, yeah, that's a good question. Do they get the impress to run the schools? Because if the impress is not there, I mean, what would they do? I remember visiting some of the schools under the past administration when this was a huge conversation. And the problem was they don't have impress, no overhead payments. So how do they run the day-to-day activities of the school? How do they get markers? How do they... there's no provision on how to even pump water because not like anybody is bringing petrol when there's no water. So there's a lot of things there. So yeah, this message is really timely. Another one on WhatsApp. Okay, now we're struggling with the WhatsApp. I don't know why this is happening. Just give it a minute. Okay. All right, let's go back to Facebook. Obiajunwa Tangod says, CTC chairman of Iche local government, flag off second phase of empowerment on Friday. That's a good one. Congratulations to him. Badi Emmanuel, some people asked when did the first phase start? Well, I'm pretty sure at some point the chairman would inform everyone. Badi Emmanuel says the flood in Borno is a pity. Many are homeless. And then you add hunger to it. Ferdinand Wood says, I so much love that Edo governor did. Why sign peace accord? Why can't the peace accord chairman call IG of police to order before calling for peace accord? Is it in the place of the chairman to tell the IG what to do? He can only make contributions. The IG is not controlled by the chairman now. I think it was Abdul Salam. I can't remember who was. Abdul Salam. Yeah, is it? King Boy says, good morning. All right, King Boy, good morning to you. His phone numbers are 0817-923-0002. You can also call 0817-923-0003. Any of those numbers. Again, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. Any of those numbers, and then you have access to us. On Nation newspaper, you would love this one. Tinubu okays 108 billion naira for states to tackle flooding, erosion. This is my problem. Why do we usually wait until these things happen and then we now have the funds? Well, in some cases, to be fair to the federal government, ecological funds are there. The states don't use the monies for what the monies are meant for. Because when the monies come, clearly maybe at the time there was no natural disaster, no problem. So they go like, put it here, use it for this thing or for that thing. And then when the disaster eventually comes, we're now running around and looking for money. It's almost like the fire service, not well equipped, not well funded. In fact, no proper structure, nothing. It's only when a fire then comes. That's why it's called an emergency. It means you have to always be prepared for it. You do not wait until it comes and then fire brigade approach. What can I say? What do I know? INEC, ready please to deploy 35,000 men. And protest, activist disowns Russian flag, seeks release of members. Okay, all of those you would find on the Nation newspaper. Let's go to the phone lines now quickly and get your thoughts. Let's also remember to keep it short, simple, and be very civil. Temple is in a chair. Good morning, Temple.
Good morning, the very distinguished Femi and riding this morning.
Fine, thank you. Go on.
Yes, so I want to say it's indeed a welcome development. The governor, my own governor, your governor, our governor, approving the purchase of a gunboat to assist in the waterways. I would say this is a governor that listens to the people. But the very distinguished Ifemi Andrew, can the police at some point maintain some level of neutrality when it comes to election matters and the issues, when it comes to campaign, when it comes to the people choosing their own representatives? And my own chairman, Honorable Barrister John Ngobo Otamini, flag of the second phase of the local government empowerment scheme. I would say it's indeed a welcome development. When you look at my chairman, Honorable Barrister John Ngobo Otamini, he is not the media type. The very distinguished game, I wonder when people ask when the first, phase of the empowerment took.
Temple, unfortunately, I think you're interrupted by your service provider. But I heard you say something about media type. It's not about a media type thing. If you're in public office, you should know that this is something that you do. And even if you are the person who perhaps not very good with speaking, that's the reason why you have peer publicity secretaries and the rest of them. You appoint people to do these things because the people need to know, they need to hear, they need to be informed. You can't say because you are not, then that's it. That's not what you would say when the people begin. And then if the media says or carries something that another person says about what you're doing, you are angry and then you say, oh, the media did not. But you do not try to make them understand what you're doing. So you have to find a way around it. I don't know if I'm saying what makes sense, but that's the way I would approach it. Walter from Rukboku, good morning.
Good morning, Femi Andrew.
Welcome.
Yes, I want to comment on the Borno floods. Yes, it happens in all the states that have been mentioned before now. Let me take you down to our state here, precisely in El Kokori here. As they are constructing this ring road, we have reported, even before this time, the past governments, they are aware. We have written series of letters for government assisting us. All proof report. Then we started on our own. As I continue to say, and if you want to verify, you come to my community in El here to investigate. I sold my property. Other people, they contributed money. The little job we did. Do you know that this ring road, that job we did was blocked. Our manholes where the water used to pass through. Maybe if you come here day before yesterday, the floods. Some of our rooms, most of the rooms, the residence rooms, were flooded. Because that one we have been managing, we constructed by ourselves. We were employed engineers that did that thing to us. Everywhere was flooded. We have read, even recently, last 2 weeks, the executive governor of our state is aware. The ministry works, they are aware. So we are talking of other states, the one that is happening here. We are already problem. Just on the table, if you call to me, so I want our police governor.
Maybe we start with the community environment.
Yeah, we'll send them, everybody are concerned. We'll send letters. I have my copies received. Thank you, my brother.
All right, thank you very much, Walter. 0817-923-0002. 0817-93-0003. The numbers that you call to join in on the conversation. We'll go again, 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. And more messages coming in on Facebook. Patrick Amadi says, John Otamari is flagging off second phase of empowerment. I would also like him to draw attention to the need of the people. Electricity. There is no power in the chief for almost 3 years now. The planned employment by HSCC chairman is a good development. Fidelis Lemon, that's from you. Martin says he's doing well. Purchase of companies, governor to do Amaku Ibodo Chief Road is a death trap. Why? Thank the ability to be deployed as long as for energy. Those things war. If Naira is appreciated, why is the cost still high? That question. Don't think answers to. But let's hear from Isaiah. Isaiah, morning.
Yes, Andrew, good morning to you. Andrew, I want to remind the governor of the state of uprightness when it comes to providing logistics to the Nigeria security personnel. Andrew, I can even go as far as commending even his predecessor on that, because if you can cast your memory, go back to memory line, you will find out that here in Rivers State, we have contributed in supporting the Nigeria security personnel. In terms of logistics, we have given out enough. But the sabotage that the governor is talking about is something that we don't know where the foundation lies. And we keep giving and we keep having the same thing that the reason why we are giving to them. I think they should really go, because the governor on his own cannot go to carry the arms or the logistics. And you understand, his own is to give out, and their own is to perform credibly and bring back positive results to the governor. And that makes him the chief security. He took that oath of allegiance to protect life and property, and he has been faithful. Even all the past governors in this state, we have leaders in the past in terms of providing logistics. We can't even go. In fact, there was a time they were asking that all that we are giving does it mean that you just give them and they abandon, or they just destroy them and they keep asking for more? But we are still giving. Please, they should rise up and take up the duty.
All right, Isaiah, your point has been made. Thank you. Let's go to Uche Ken in Echie. Good morning, Uche Ken.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Let me look at back to school. Parents struggle over food, transportation, and school fees. I think these are the three things that made up the bedrock of education. And since they are not available, I think Uche Ken Nduku, should move a motion for educational calendar or curriculum to be either changed or suspended for now, until there is availability of food, petrol, which amount to transportation fare, and money, which amount to buying of food. And I am begging people to support my motion so that the eyes will have it. Andrew, in this station we have been clamoring, calling out the John Otamri of Echie to do 102 for his people. You have been here now as a witness. Just for him to come out to say second phase. We are not saying that what he's about to do tomorrow is bad, but we are arguing that where was the first phase took place. That he should tell his media now to come and clarify the whole argument. There is no cause for alarm. Then those still calling on some individuals to contest for 5th October election. I hope they are following the research calendar. I hope they are also aware that period of nomination form is over and campaign period schedule is almost over. Yet they are calling people to come and pick form. I think they are not following up. Let me take a bow. Good morning.
All right, good morning. Good news in Mile 3. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother, man.
Yes, good news. Good morning. Go ahead.
Let me start by appreciating His Excellency, the governor, performing governor, peace-loving governor of River State, for even having the mind of providing 6 gunboats to the Navy. I think when he will be handing over the boats to them, I will appeal to him to tell them not to move these gunboats out of the seas in River State. They should use it as an operation in the rivers and seas in River State. Not after 1 or 2 tremors, they will say they have emergency in Borno or Meduguri or Niger, and they move our ship and they say, oh, everything come to that side for war, and they move it out before you know we'll see it again. The governor should be specific and tell them that it is port for river people, other states can buy them, federal government can support. Then the issue of the back to school, parents struggling. It is not easy, my brother, man. I don't know for you and your children, but I think they are frying Nigeria. They are frying Nigeria. They are keeping us in a peripheral dependent position.
All right, JJ and Ruby, good morning.
Good morning. I want to commend the governor for the gun donation. And I want also admonish the army or whoever that is getting the gunboats that is not for taxi rates, not for just protection company and their host. Some of these companies are buying 10. Please protect the people along the sea that smoke pirate and disturbing the people. Please. Because before now, is either you're escorting company or you're escorting big men. This one is not for taxi service, please. Then, rolling out empowerment service for the second phase, I think it's a good one. Some people say illegal, this illegal, that today they are the ones counting, but it's good. And Andrew, before I go, if there is flooding in France or any part of Europe, you will see people on their Facebook page now carrying France page. Oh, I am safe. Who is safe now in Borno? Nobody is saving in Borno again. Oh. Eye service too much for us for this country. Let's also know what's happening in Borno and see how to pray for them.
Emeka.
Israel, people will be saying, oh, pray for Israel. Churches are not praying for Borno right now.
Emeka in Elele, Alimini, good morning.
Yes, my Good morning.
Yep.
I want to commend the governor of the state by purchasing boats for security agency in River State. That is a welcome development. That is to tell you that the man came prepared. And another recommendation is going to my caretaker committee chairman, David Emereji, for his developmental style in Ohio. Over 2 days, and don't have any especially any like today, he has not taken an order of them. I want to tell him this morning, he should please present himself to contest for the forthcoming local government election. And another one is the fuel problem in this country. I want to ask you this question this morning. They say they are saving, they have removed a subsidy, and they are saving the money. I want to ask the maybe national government, who are distributing the money? Where is the money? And what are they using it for? Thank you, and God bless you.
All right, thank you very much, Emeka. Lugard is on the line from Echi. Unfortunately, Lugard, we don't have time, so we'll not take your calls. My apologies. We have a commercial coming in about a few seconds from now. All right, this one says, answer to the Naira appreciation question is simple. It keeps fluctuating. It gains 2 Naira today, loses 4 Naira tomorrow. Prices can't really change positively with that. It is not steady enough, nor has it really come down to an appreciable level, which is very true. Like, it's between 1,662 Naira, 1,664 Naira, 1,660 Naira, 1,650 Naira. Like, and it doesn't stay. It doesn't stay, for instance, 1,600 for 6 months. So there's no way you would expect that, the dollar is appreciating. So we're supposed to see. It doesn't work like that. It's not that direct. It's not rocket science. So there's a lot of things involved in this. It's not a direct thing. It has to be sustained for a long period before you begin to see the implications of that change. Unfortunately, it's where we are. My name is Ifeami Andrew. A commercial is next, and then business news at 7. Good morning.
Stay with us. Nigeria Info will be